Hey everybody, it's Mike Venus and I'm back. And I want to kind of go more in depth into the tips that I gave about how to make vibe drill. And also, like I said, these tips can be used in any style of music. And as a music producer, I think it's vital that you do learn some music theory, just because it helps when you want to start creating, um, developing your signature sound, and also it also helps you to kind of break out of doing so much repetitiveness, because making beats and songs can eventually become very regimental or almost dull because you're doing the same stuff, you're going for the same things, and you want to kind of like keep your listener um, on their toes, And this is, like I said, with the key changing, which I'm going to demonstrate now, is a way to subtly or extremely change up the overall feel of the song to add dynamics to your music that is more felt than always heard. So in this example, I'm going to use, I got the speakers on so you can hear what I'm going to play. So let me go and get this set up real quick and then we get started. Okay. So basically, I'm going to make a 4 chord progression. And in music, key changing, another term, the proper term is called modulation. You really have two ways that you can do it. Um, like I said, warning, you will have to know some music theory. I would strongly suggest that you either pick up a book on music theory. There's plenty of sources on the internet that you can look up music theory. There's plenty of tutorials going in about music theory. So if you don't have that understanding of it yet, I would strongly advise that you either pause this video and go look up those things that I'm going to mention, or go, get you a book and learn. It doesn't take that long. Like I'm telling you, you don't have to know like everything there is about music theory, but it does help to have some knowledge of it, because this helps you to be able to um, clearly express your ideas in music. So it is vital. I know a lot of people say it's not, but I'm not one of those people. I'm gonna be straight with you. Mike gonna keep it real. So in this example, we're gonna be using, I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible. We're gonna shift from the key of A minor to the key of D minor. And I'm gonna show you two ways that you can modulate between these two things. So I got a piano up and I'm gonna program these in. So I'm gonna program the 2 chord, right? And I'm gonna have that go for 2 bars. And then I'm gonna shift down to the 5th chord and then to the 1, right? So this is in the key of A minor. Now, if you know the number system, that also helps, right? So if I said a 2, 5, 1 in the key of A minor, that will be B diminished, but most of the time people don't use diminished chords because they have a lot of tension. But I think in drill, you can kind of get away with it, but you got to kind of use it sparingly, right? And if you don't like the sound of a diminished chord, then you can add the 7th degree to that chord to make in this case, a B minor 7th flat 5th chord, right? Which sound a little bit more jazzy. And that's the 2nd degree or 2nd chord. The 5th chord in A minor will be E minor. And then the 1st chord will be A minor. So this is what it sounds like. Right. Simple. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay out a 2-5-1. Same thing. So the 2 chord will go for 2 measures, the 5 chord will go for 1, and the 1 chord will go for 1 measure or 1 bar. Okay. When I say measures and bars, it's the same thing. So let me make another clip so you can hear what that sound like. And we're going to shift this to D minor. We're going to do the same thing. 2, 5, 1. All right. And this is a D minor. So in D minor, a 2-5-1 would be E diminished, or we can use E minor 7 flat 5th, right, to A minor to D minor, right? So this is what this sound like. Right? So if we're making a beat and we're gonna keep it really simple, right? So let me just make a simple beat. Just gonna have drums and these chords. I'm not gonna add the bass line because I want to kind of keep it simple so that you can hear whatever I'm talking about. Keep a simple beat. Right, standard drill beat. Nothing too spectacular. All right. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna have A minor in the hook, right? And D minor for the verse. So that means we're gonna start out with A minor. So this is what it sounds like. Right? Now we're gonna switch to D minor. Back to A minor. Now you see how that shift, that is called direct key change or direct modulation. We chose A minor and we wanted to shift the same, using the same chords, not the same chords, but the same chord progression, meaning a 2-5-1, but we shifted to a different key. And it gave it a totally different feel, right? That is called direct modulation, right? So once again, so you can hear how it sounds, I'm not gonna play the drums this time, just want you to hear the piano. So this is a 2-5-1 in the key of A minor. This is D minor now. Now, this way of direct modulation or direct key change is something that was used in jazz music, because in jazz music, similar to hip hop, they use something that's called a vamp, or what is also known as a loop, meaning they play the same progression, the 2-5-1, but they just shift through different keys to create the audible trick on the ears of them playing something different. But really, they're playing the same chord progression. They're just shifting through different keys. Now, this example that I used, going from A minor to D minor, is called shifting down or up from shifting down to a 4th and shifting up to a 5th. A great thing to learn and to also look up is called the circle of fifths, and it's also called the circle of fourths. This is a great way to kind of figure out what keys can you shift that will sound pretty good. Shifting from up to a 5th or down to a 4th sounds more natural because of the fact that these are considered the perfect intervals. But you can shift to any you know degree steps if you want. There's really no limit on it. But I find that this is the smoothest in this approach. So experiment, try it out. Basically, whatever chord progression you set up in your hook, and you pick a key you want to shift down to or shift up to, and that's also important too. If you're shifting down, it's going to bring the energy down. Okay, it's going to sound more moody and dark. If you shift up, it's going to sound more uplifting and positive. You know what I'm saying? More light. They use this also in gospel music as well. So you can add this to your beats. I find it to be something that can be done very subtle or very boldly, and it will definitely wake up your listener, and it can definitely change the energy of the song tremendously to either uplift people, bring the energy up, or if you want to bring it down, you can bring it down. So experiment, try it out, and to the next time, y'all be blessed. Mike out.